This is the RKTV Sport News. Catch all form.
Welcome to RKTV YouTube Sport channel with me, Abu H, serving as your presenter. Please don't forget to like, share and comment our YouTube channel, RKTV, on Facebook, RK News. Also visit our website, www.rknews.com. In today's edition, we'll be looking at very many issues, including the saga of the head coach, John Kister. And in the studios, I have my analyst with me.
Alright, thank you so much, Abu H, for that wonderful presentation. My name is Demba Mohamed Kamara, student of UDMAC.
Thank you, Mr. Abu H, for welcoming us in the studios. I'm John Alex Ensa Masakoi from the University of Makeni Mass Communications Department.
Yeah. So we'll start with the very first discussion. After 25 years when Sierra Leone have never participated into the African Cup of Nations, we took back our ticket to the African Cup of Nations after coach John Edward Kister secured a now 1-0 win against the Benin in Guinea. But however, we are eliminated again into this Nations Cup at the group stage. Let me start with you, John A.E. Masakwe. First, how do you rate the performance of coach John Edward Kister?
Thank you, Abu H. Actually, it was a nice question posed. If we take a look at John Kister as the head coach of our darling Leone Stars, yes, he took the team to Cameroon, at least giving them hope and all. But I think, without wasting much time, if I'm asked to give what we call percentage here to John Kister, I think out of the 100%, I'll give him 60% and the 40% I'll put it on hold, because there were expectations coming from the fans, the citizenry, and the entire nation. I think that we are not met to by John Kister. So I will say, if I will take it into percentage, John Kister, I will give him 60% because of we are expecting our darling Leone Stars to make it to the next stage of the particular competition, but unfortunately we are knocked out by Equatorial Guinea, and it was somehow a technical mistake coming from the head coach so far. Alright,
thank you so much, Abu H, for that wonderful question that he threw to me. Actually, the expectation of people for the side of John Kister is something heart-rending. Even though people have been considering the fact that they were expecting much from the Kister, for the performances. Now there are speculations, rumors going around about his tenure in office. Now people were saying that it is impossible for the Leone Star team to be headed by a foreign coach, wherein they will be expecting something good from the coach. But now there are also things that are going around from the Sierra Leonean fans in themselves. Wherein they said it is not, that doesn't matter. Wherein if you need to have a foreign coach, but again, it all depends on the performances of that coach. Now, there are so many teams in the AFCON itself that have foreign coaches. We are able to see they are performing exceptionally well. Talking of the likes of Senegal, the likes of Cameroon, they have foreign coaches. Rumors is baseless, it is unfounded, it is unfortunate. There are no rumors going around wherein they say, they want to sack John Kister, wherein the former coach of Chelsea, to be in that particular position.
Now to another issue. This is the 33rd African Cup of Nations, which was initially slated for 2021, but it was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the quarterfinal stage has climaxed over the weekend, and we saw some exciting, thrilling matches between Burkina Faso and Tunisia, and of course Senegal versus Equatorial Guinea. Burkina Faso ended that particular match with 10 men, and of course they narrowly secured the win over Tunisia by a goal to nil. And of course Senegal, who were the runners-up in 2019, also still through against Equatorial Guinea, who finished as the Group E runners-up into the African Cup of Nations, the same spot where Sierra Leone had to find themselves. But however, Senegal as well proceed into that particular stage. This is it. Tunisia proceed. Tunisia were knocked down by Burkina Faso, even though they were 10 men, and of course Senegal proceed against Equatorial Guinea.
Thank you, presenter. If we are to take statistics here into consideration, like considering the quarter-final matches between Senegal and Equatorial Guinea, who knocked out our darling Leone Stars, and that of Burkina Faso to Tunisia, I think these matches were great matches that everybody was anticipating to watch. Actually, I'll start with the last match here that gave us the signals to the semi-finals of this particular competition. If we take a look at Senegal, you have players, you have bunch of players that we call big players that have names within the football sector. But taking into consideration here, Sadio Mane seems to be their pusher here, seems to be their tackler. He has been the warrior in this particular team. He has been giving all his best to see that Senegal makes it to the finals, and they have now qualified to the semi-finals. It was not easy before this time, but the look of things, we finally saw how it happened. Started in a 1-0 against Equatorial Guinea. I think with a strong team today, we are having also their own star player, Salvador, who is putting on the 6 jersey. Seems to be very, very tough on the defensive line of Senegal. But how far, as I normally say, the 90 minutes normally justify the means. Now, when we talk about football, we don't talk about big names. Senegal took up everything that they have to take to at least make it to the semi-finals. And the coach here for Senegal, I think, was very, very sensible enough to bring up changes wherein he brought in Kouyaté, who he saw that he's going to be a threat. He was needed in the pitch and introduced him immediately with an immediate effect. And when Kouyaté came in, I think it was 1-1 between Equatorial Guinea and that of Senegal. But Kouyaté came in, he played his own part, he played his role that years, and brought in by the coach to perform a specific function. At the end of the day, he ended up having a security goal, leading Senegal at the front 2 and that of Equatorial Guinea 1. It was always stop there. The coach saw that, yes, I also need to make another change, at least to secure something on top to seal this particular match. He brought in another changes again, wherein I think he ended up also securing the 3-1 goal against Equatorial Guinea, and so it ended. Equatorial Guinea was knocked out as they knocked Leone Stars, and the darling Senegals went to the semi-finals. Taking also the match between Burkina Faso and that of Tunisia. Yes, there are two teams that people are anticipating to watch. Burkina Faso, if I can say, we are not expecting them to this particular stage wherein they are preparing now, at least for their next match against Senegal. As you can see, the pace they started with in coming into this particular competition, I think, was not the same pace they are moving with now. When they came, they were just that kind of team as Leone Stars, that it has taken a long time, and when they came, they were, I think, struggling to make it, but moving, I think, gave them pace, zest, and the zeal that, yes, we can do it as a team. So they were prepared, they were stood fast, at least to make themselves up. So at the end of the day, they knocked Tunisia with a 1 goal, and for Tunisia it was nil. Briefly, if we take a look at statistics between the two teams, I think 1995 we had what we call a 2-2 draw between the two teams, because they were of equal weight and size when it comes to that particular match. Also 1995, 29th November, we also had Tunisia, after being prepared from the draw they had with Burkina Faso, I think they made it a 3-0 against the squad of Burkina Faso, and they still recorded again another match in 1998 February, wherein at the end of the day, I think it was a draw also. From that particular stage, the only opportunity they had is to meet at the quarterfinals, wherein I think Burkina Faso, that we are not expecting, actually gave up what they call, these guys should go out and now we should maintain our record, because this guy, when it comes to record keeping, I think they have secured records on top of us, so finally we should knock them out. Therefore, we saw Burkina Faso making it to the semi-finals, kicking out Tunisia, and also Senegal kicking out Equatorial Guinea, wherein we are expecting a great play, a great match to be played in the semi-finals of this particular competition. Abubakar.
Thank you, John A.E. Masakwe, for giving that synoptic analysis of the matches between Burkina Faso and Tunisia, and of course Cameroon, and of course Senegal, Equatorial Guinea. And I think those were synoptic, but let us look at as well the North African derby between Egypt and Morocco, Demba M. Camara, because looking at this one, and we had some controversies around between the Morocco national team, especially when the Chelsea winger Ziyech was left out. And looking at Morocco, still two, Egypt still two, because Mohamed Salah was influential. And do you think that because the Morocco national team left out Ziyech was the reason why they were knocked out?
Alright, thank you Abu H for that wonderful question. Now, I just want to throw light on the perception of people about this Nations Cup first, wherein the European teams were given concern, wherein they said the Nations Cup should not be held at this particular nick of the time wherein games are going on in the European sector. Now it is a clash of conflict between the European side and that of the African side. Now we are seeing that the African people want to see their own league proceeding, wherein the European side also want to see their own league proceeding. Now taking into consideration the matches that plays in this African Cup of Nations, now we have the two giant side of the North Africans, where we have Egypt and the side of Morocco. Now, taking consideration in that particular match that play within Egypt and Morocco, they are big names. And in football, when you talk about big names, it is less appetizing now. Now, taking the side of Egypt, since the start of this competition, they have been struggling. That is widely known to everybody that is watching this particular tournament going in Cameroon. We have seen them struggling from group stages. Now, they have proceeded to the semi-finals. And that's a particular match between Morocco and the side of Egypt. Morocco, we are on top of situation at the first minute of play. You see, in the second, the 2 minutes of play just after the whistle has been blown for the start of the game, they have a penalty against Egypt. And on the 7 minutes of play, the penalty was granted after a VAR checkout and the goal was scored. So Morocco, we are on top of situation. But leaving the side of big names for the side of Morocco, big names wherein they have left certain players out that some people consider as it's led to their downfall. Now, talking about Hakim Ziyech, who is a one-time player of Ajax, and now currently playing for Chelsea, and have won the Champions League and have also won the Super Cup, the Super Cup competition. Now, people are raising concern. What was actually the problem that led to the coach leaving Ziyech outside? Now, if you take the one side of the story, the European side, the Chelsea Football Club, they may be happy now because they are going under serious injury cry out and the introduction of the corona pandemic. Now, and the left wings, the right back of Morocco, they have a great player who have played for so many European clubs, the likes of Real Madrid, and now currently playing for PSG. That particular player is Hakimi. Hakimi is so prolific. You can find out that on the group stages, he scores a powerful free kick for them to proceed to the quarterfinals. Now they are in the quarterfinals. They play extremely well against Egypt, but due to the composure of Egypt, they have suffered so many backlashes of injury. The group game against Ivory Coast, the goalman, the #1 goalkeeper, was injured. They have no other option but to use their second goalkeeper. And now, on that particular match also, the second goalkeeper got injured within the nick of time, wherein they should go for an extra time. And by that time, they were level. 1-1. Morocco won and the side of Egypt won. But again, we saw a clash of interest between the goalman and the coach. He was asked to be substituted, where he refused to come out, saying, I am okay. That sends us a signal to the side of Chelsea, wherein the rise of Kepa Arrizabalaga was injured against Manchester City in one particular match, and then Sarri asked him to go outside. But for the goalkeeper, his stance and excuses for him were in place because he said Chelsea were down at that particular time because Man City has overtaken them, have overshadowed them in the game. He was trying to do that because he wanted to calm that particular match. But again, he is the coach. If he asks you to get outside, it is your responsibility to go outside. What if that should have been a stepping stone for the side of Morocco to take that particular chance and then defeat the side of Egypt? It should have been a cry for the side of Egypt. But again, he composed himself to the extra time, wherein the young goalman, who is #3 goalkeeper, was asked to come in. Again, people were giving so many concerns, lack of confidence to the goalman. But again, I don't believe whosoever attempted or appear in that particular tournament, he is someone they have reckoned, someone who I have no doubt about. But again, in the 53rd minute of play, we saw Salah coming up with a powerful equalizer, wherein even the side of Morocco, they were considering the fact that that is an offside. But again, so many rules have been changed in this particular game, wherein some things that you consider to be an offside rules have been set for that particular one. Now, on the 100 minutes of play in the extra time, we saw a powerful assist from Salah, who they consider as the Pharaoh of Egypt. As the rumors are going on, he's been considered as the Pharaoh of Egypt. Come with a powerful assist that put them on top of situation. We all know when you play the extra time, you should be composed in doing your statistics analysis. Now, going to the side of Morocco, so you find out that Morocco, we are eliminated in that particular group of stage, where we see the Pharaohs of Egypt qualify to the semi-finals. Now, taking the side of Cameroon and the side of Gambia, concerns have been raising for the side of Gambia. It was their first attempt, they run this far. Now, even though big names for the side of Cameroon were not shown up, where we have the side of Choupo-Moting, who has played for PSG and are currently playing for the side of Bayern Munich now. But we have consistency in the team, talking the side of Aboubakar Vicente, who is the top leading scorer for now as it stands. But on that particular day, people were so curious over Aboubakar being the highest goal scorer in the tournament as it stands. And by then, it was 2 goals down for the side of Toko Ekambi. Ekambi was 2 goals down for him to chase Aboubakar Vicente. But on that particular match for the side of the Gambia, you find out that the Gambia were off the ball, we are in Cameroon, we are piling pressure on the Gambia. But again, the side of Cameroon put up some professionalism, where we saw Toko Ekambi netted 2 prolific goals on that particular match that sends them to the semi-finals. Them being the host, they were so furious, so energetic for them to surprise the fans, where they are capable of doing this. Toko Ekambi now is behind at the side of Vicente Aboubakar with 6 goals.
In case you're just joining us, this is the Roland K YouTube Sport channel, and please don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and as well as the website www.rolandknews.com. And so move the discussion straight to the semi-finals after a lengthy discussions around the quarterfinal series. And looking at this now, we'll be looking at the statistics of those players that took their team to the semi-final stages. We have the Vicente Aboubakar, the Mohamed Salah, and the rest. But let me start with you, as we're going to look at the very first semi-final series, John A.E. Masakwe, between the champions of the 2017 African Cup of Nations against the runners-up, that's Cameroon, Egypt. It was a dramatic final by then, because Egypt were leading Cameroon by 1-0 when Vicente Aboubakar and that of his colleagues came from the back and gave them the victory. That was the reign of the then former president Issa Hayatou, when Cameroon won that particular trophy against Egypt. They will be meeting again, as in this case, in the semi-final series of the 2021 African Cup of Nations, in the semi-final stage here in Cameroon, between Egypt and Cameroon, the host against one of the strong nations. Cameroon have won the Nations Cup 5 times, whilst Egypt have won it 7 times. Do you think again Cameroon will proceed against Egypt?
Thank you, Aboubakar H. Actually, if we are concentrating now on the semi-finals of this particular AFCON 2021, I think it's going to be very, very tough. If we take a look at Egypt and that of Cameroon, as you said, and from statistics, Egypt has won this particular competition 7 times and Cameroon 5 times, and presently Cameroon are hosting this particular competition. To start with, for moments, I think people have been saying the Cameroon side have been highly and luckily favored in this particular competition, but I want to tell them no. As sports analysts, we sometimes go for what is raw, leave things in the minds of people to think, and give them what is right. Actually, the Cameroonians have been giving their best. They have been showing up, yes, that they are tough. Because if you take a look at names like the Aboubakar, who has recorded, I think, 6 goals in this particular competition, and he has also recorded 1, which makes it to be 7 goals in this particular competition, leading Samuel Eto'o, who was considered to be one of the tough and the best in making history. And now Aboubakar just came from the Blues that, oh yes, I can do it. Also considering Ekambi Toko, who has just recorded 2 goals behind Aboubakar as the second highest goal scorer. I think these are big names to consider. These are big names to take into consideration when we look into the semi-finals. On the side of Egypt, who has won it, I think, 7 times, these guys are really tough, but they started struggling when they came into the competition. They were only having one person who has been seen in front as the tough guy, who has been seen as the mastermind, who is Mohamed Salah, who has been controlling everything, who they refer to as the Pharaoh. Yes, Salah is really the Pharaoh, but from the look of things, I'm perceiving and seeing that it's going to be actually a tough match, because the two sides have settled, they have picked up themselves from the quarterfinals. I think before this time, Egypt were struggling, but entering into the quarterfinals of this particular competition has given them hope, strength, zeal, zest, and as you can see from the look of things, they are set, they are packed for the encounter with Cameroon. And also Cameroon, they are having something in mind that, oh yes, we are hosting, we need to defend the particular name that is given to us as the host, and also to clean up the statements made by people all over the world that we are highly favored. Therefore, we are expecting a good match, a perfect match, and to see what we call football on that day, because it's going to be the first match that is going to play in the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations.
Now to the other semi-final between Senegal and Burkina Faso. Senegal finished as runners-up in 2019. Same as well to Burkina Faso, also finished as runners-up in 2012 against Nigeria. This is it. Sadio Mane has been tipped as the star for the Senegal, but for Burkina Faso, you don't have any star to find or someone that you could point out that he would be the man of the match for Burkina Faso. But this is it. Both of them have emerged as runners-up within the last decade. Do you see Senegal or Burkina Faso? Which team to proceed?
All right. Thank you so much, Abu H. Conte. Now, taking into consideration this particular semi-finals games between Senegal and that of Burkina Faso. Now, taking into consideration the two sides, it is a clash of conflicts also, where we have two big names in the side of Senegal. And considering the side of Senegal, they have plenty of big names that have played European football. Taking the side of Sadio Mane, the side of Saha, the side of Mendy. Mendy has currently won the European Goalkeeper of the Year, the Men's Goalkeeper of the Year, being him the first black player to win the European Player of the Year, Goalkeeper of the Year. Now, coming into the match of the semi-finals of the Nations Cup. Now, the side of Senegal, people have been raising concern for Sadio Mane, who was badly injured in the quarterfinal stages, wherein concerns from Europe has been raised that Sadio Mane should not risk his life playing for the side of Senegal in the African Cup of Nations. But again, it is a call of duty. It is to serve his own country. So Mane was discharged in the hospital and then played the quarterfinals, where we see also a perfect match for the side of Senegal, seeding them to the semi-finals. Now for the side of Burkina Faso, earlier on they were considered, or they have been seen as the underdogs. But again, they prove people wrong. They have names, but few of them have been playing exposed football. Taking into consideration the side of Traoré. Traoré was a once player of Chelsea, but due to the standards that he did not meet up with Chelsea, making for the club to loan Traoré. Now he's back in the English Premier League, playing for the side of Aston Villa. Now, taking into consideration for the mere fact that they were being considered as underdogs, now they are proceeding. Who might know? Are they going to win this particular tournament? That's a big question people have been asking. But for again, we'll leave that with you, the side of the fans, for you to give your comments.
So as we round up now the sessions, let me just have quickly your predictions and as well as the quick analysis, between these top players. Let us look at first the match between Cameroon and that of Egypt, because it is very, very more dramatic. Vincent Abubakar against Mohamed Salah. Who will make it?
Actually, from the look of things, as I say, if we trace back their histories, if we take personally Salah and Abubakar, presently the competition that Salah is playing, that is the Premier League, the English Premier League, I think he has been on top of situation. And everything ravaging around the Premier League has to do with Mohamed Salah. Abubakar is not too, I think, tough compared to Salah presently. Mr. Abu, I think so finally crown is all.
Are you seeing Cameroon to proceed again?
Now, okay, for me, my stance here right now, due to the performance of Cameroon from the group stages to where they are now, with all the support they have, for them being the host, I do believe Cameroon will make it to the finals.
Senegal, Burkina Faso, your predictions?
Alright, for the like I was saying, for the mere fact that Burkina Faso, we have been considered as underdogs. But again, you cannot continue consider someone as an underdog. We are in their proceed group stage, quarterfinals, and now they are in the semi-finals. For me, I'll go for Burkina Faso. It will be a 2-win defeat against Senegal.
You see Mani to bow from this end?
It seems to be funny. Now, the first thing we should take into consideration is Mani is down. We are not expecting him to be part of this particular match, which is a good news on the side of Burkina Faso. And it's not that I'm following Mr. Mohamed, okay, but it should be clear. These guys are coming from the back, going slowly, and moving slowly means you are progressing. And progression starts from a slow pace to a higher pace. Therefore, I'm foreseeing Burkina Faso to the finals of this particular
competition. Both of you predicted Cameroon versus Burkina Faso.
Into the grand finals of this particular. Yes, for sure, Mr.
So, what will be your constant message to our followers?
Actually, as we have started this, it's really a good job. We are just expecting them to continue to support the RKTV and give us all the best we need as an organization, at least to push up football and also help them with more analysis for the growth of football and development of the Sahel Zone Association. Okay.
Same to you.
All right. It all depends on the support you give us, and it also depends on what we give you out to what we give out to the fans out there. So all I'm asking is for them to continuously practice in viewing our stuffs, as we will always give them the very best.
So we end this discussion. Continue to stay with the RKTV Sports YouTube channel and continue to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, our website www.ulandknews.com. I have been your presenter, Abu, which is my name. Goodbye for now.
This is the RKTV Sport News. Catch all from